Hey y'all, I kind of feel bad for how I kind of just stopped. I ain't even kinda. I all the way did stop. And I was only reading for myself. And maybe like a few close friends of mine or family members or just not just anybody. For sure, I was definitely trying to conserve my energy, go to school, get my life together, basically. I'm basically like all about me kind of vibe. So I felt drawn to do 3 options today of what should we be aware about. Like, I feel like this very anticipation, what do you call that? Anticipatory? I don't know if I'm making up words. Let me stop. I do feel like something's like on the brink about to happen. Someone's been resisting making some kind of decision or some kind of change or something. Someone's not budging or something like that. Or some change is just about to cycle out. Someone's gonna be tested with an old cycle, really trying to see if you really are like with this destiny purpose stuff, or if you really just haven't learned your lessons from the past yet. Sure, we can reconcile our differences, and I do feel like that little competitive, conflicting, being at odds with each other, not be on the same page, walk away, know when to like cut your losses, basically, knowing when it's a dead end situation, so we can bring on new change, like new blessings. So clearly left to right, 1, 2, 3. And if you need more time to meditate on, wait, is it even like, you can pause it here if you need more time to meditate. Other than that, I'm gonna start with pile number 1. This little, I don't know, I'm gonna do a close-up to see which. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some karma cards for pile number 1. See what Spirit wants to hint at for you with these changes coming up. What do you need to be aware about? That's just, I'm already assuming it's gonna be changed, but we're just being open to the general question of what should you be aware about at this time. Very general. Oh, something wants to come out. Okay, 2 planets demonstrate with the sun and then Mercury. So you're being called to be in a leadership position, to express yourself, to come forth with some action, communicate something, do what it do. Yeah, and that's your part of your career, you're working hard towards serving others. Okay, so you need to be in a leadership role, clearly, to serve others. What else should they be aware about this? Oh, no, I don't need another planet, but yielding, Neptune, sacrifice, idealizing. Like, how do you see you see you being in that state of success. It's telling you to realize something, analyze. Neptune really wanted to come out. Your destiny. No, not so in the beginning. And your relationships. I'm gonna start with the demonstrate relationships responsibly. So you're being called to live out your day-to-day. Maybe it's your service to others to help people realize what type of relationships they need to help steer them towards their destiny. Or because I was channeling like that success, you being that example. Realize the beauty of success. So maybe you think success is this daunting, trodden out, like hustle culture of constantly feeling like a slave to your duties, even like giving to others. I'm hearing like there's times where you've been nice and you've regretted it, but I feel like Spirit wants you to be more aware about how fun it could all be. The whole idea of, I'm hearing partner in crime. So having those people by your side that you could, I mean, not manage, but like, are there, okay, they wasn't even like all in the camera. I'm so sorry. Not manage, but like I said, it would demonstrate. You're not like being that like controlling brute force. It's more like, when I think of sixth house, is the Virgo energy of being, yeah, kind of like with Neptune being opposite Pisces, that more sacrificial, more like we can do this, not I can do it, or like really being in it together. I guess what I'm trying to say simply, being in it together for the greater good of all. So you having this natural, earthy, healing quality to you. And you also have this kind of like uniqueness you bring to the table, especially when it comes to how you view the ins and outs of relationships, even when it's a struggle to handle things diplomatically, you are being called in that role, and maybe that would cause a whole power struggle dynamic between you and your relationships. So you know how to really counteract those people who try to test you and push your boundaries and walk all over you like a doormat. You know how to healthily set up boundaries and keep this peaceful, serene, like having that sanctuary about you where you have that healing presence to where people would want to listen to you. Like, these two came out together for a reason. Sun and Mercury. It's calling for you to communicate yourself in a confident, authoritative manner, but also not in a way of like demanding the respect. That's gonna help. Oof, sorry, I'm getting really parched. That's gonna help you act like a leader. Do it with your partners. You having that partner in crime, like I said. I'm here, Batman to my Robin. Confirmation, Batman to my Robin. Someone who you can like take on the world with and feel competent and capable. Someone to like kind of be your hype man. Someone who can be your cheerleader, yeah. Like someone who could be there with you through thick and thin. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. But you're like being called to be in that leadership role. Like you're Batman here. That you're the one that's like, I'm hearing superhero. You're a superhero in your own life. I'm not even like with this like Marvel, Captain, whatever. What do you call it? DC? Marvel? I'm here S in my chest. Definitely thinking like of Spider-Man right now. Like you being able to take on the world and fat off. Maybe you guys are being more active, but fighting off the grimy people. I'm sorry, like literally there's a train outside my window, so anything loud, I live in that city life, so maybe you guys are used to like the hustle. You're used to being a part of that hustle. Whoa. You're used to being part of that hustle culture of being like, you basically can't like live like free fly by the pans of just like waking up and just like not writing things down of like a to-do list or like planning things out. No, you need to like write down everything. Like you need to like keep track of all your tasks you need to get done, all your errands you need to run, all your deadlines, because you're a busy person. So I'm hearing you probably had 2 jobs before, or just worked a lot of hours, doing a lot of overtime. You could be also a student too, because there seems to be like this fluid nature within you for being open to receiving knowledge and information and analyzing and decoding things and like processing things quickly. So I definitely feel like you acting like a leader, doing with your partners, and becoming a person of power and status is not going to be like all strenuous as you think it is going to be. And you won't be doing it. What? Can I not talk? You won't be doing it alone. Okay? Because the 5th house at the bottom is telling you like to have faith and trust that all will be like fun and well. I'm hearing dandy. I guess it'll be just fine. Like, take a chance, gamble, definitely on some sort of like creativity. So whatever you're taking up as like a hobby or side hustle, try to turn that into something that could be profitable, helping you towards attaining more power, status, recognition, or more notoriety in like your field of like expertise. So say you're like a poet, like writers and poets of the like would like know about you, hear about you, and like what you have to say, appreciate it. Also, this is like, yeah, with Neptune being, you will inspire others by the way you demonstrate your point of view, the way you go about things. This is steering you towards your destiny. Spirit has been calling you, I'm hearing, for a while now, to definitely be in a leadership role. I'm hearing like definitely take full I'm gonna pull some artists to see what you're showing up as. What does Spirit want you to be aware of, how you're showing up, and also what you're stepping into. So I'm gonna pull 2. Like I said, you're gonna be inspiring others with the way you demonstrate the lessons you've learned in relationships, how you view those, just your overall sharing your experience of analyze the beauty of success. So you really are in need to think about, and I'm hearing change your perspective and how you view success. Let your mind tell you how to deal with your partners and become a person of power and status. So, cheeseburgers? Yeah? was a lot of stuff that wanted to come out. I'm just like, ooh. So you guys could be from the UK? What? Be prepared to sacrifice for the beauty of... You think it's gonna have to be... You're gonna have to sacrifice, like, giving, like, a care in the world what others would think or say, how they would perceive it. Oh no. Definitely don't be fake. Oh no. When it's like be your own best impersonator, that means someone is like trying to fake it with the function, trying to be part of the... Oh shit. Never be accused of anything you haven't already confessed to. Laugh at your own darkness. And he don't care about shit. Dang. Hold on. Yeah, don't give a fuck. I told myself I wasn't gonna be cursing in this whole video, and I already did it twice. So basically, with someone walking in the train, I was distracted and I felt a little bit uncomfortable. Keep on going. What the hell? I was really gonna like just say, just forget everything. But with being your own best impersonator, problem number 1, take your time. I really felt like the urge to like be patient with myself, and also, but not too patient. Don't be too lenient. Don't chill too much. There's still shit that need to be done, but it's like, don't take it on as like such like you do. There's a call to be disciplined and like do the practical things to help you stay on track, and like not feel like, oh, there's never a right time or whatever could be the reason why there's a call to like wait. Let me see. I'm gonna start pulling tarot while I'm decoding this. Never be accused of anything you haven't already confessed to. So I'm hearing like you're already an open, honest book and iconic and legendary. You seem to feel grounded and safe in communicating. Like your higher self communicate through you, so the way you communicate, it comes out effectively enough to where it's unique and individualistic to you, but to the point where it can reach across like globally and like help others in a way where you'd have a lasting impact. Say if you just put something out there at all, and then what's the worst that can happen? At least you put it out there, and it's guaranteed to help at least like someone. So don't take on any guilt and just like putting yourself down and airing out all your dirty laundry. This is the reason why you shouldn't listen to me. Or I don't know, like what could possibly be another way of like possibly maybe you feel like because you haven't had that person to really do this with, because the Roller Stones is a group. You need to act like a leader. You need a group of people to act like a leader for. Maybe that's the problem. There's not a group yet. Start small. Start somewhere. Definitely think about it. You could have... Be more aware about your health, because he's smoking cigarettes. And we know cigarettes aren't that. They not all that, y'all. You need to quit. If you smoke cigarettes, you need to be aware that it's gonna affect your it's gonna affect your health in the long run, to the point where you actually have this legacy name for yourself, or the whole world heard about you, and your logo is like iconic globally. Everyone knows what those lips and that tongue, they know what that is. They know what that came from. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't know who Keith Richards is, you know? So even if people don't like recognize your face, they don't know who you are, you have a lot of options. That's what you need to be aware about. So maybe that's why you need to yield, because there's a chance to be disillusioned, to be confused about which option to take, which route to go on. But it seems like it's clear and obvious with the crescent moons circling the cup. That's the only different one. It seems to be very clear as day what you need to do. So whatever you were thinking, yeah, pick that. 6 of Coins, something to give service to, balance, two-way abundance and harmony, and give and take. Mostly give, called to be giving, but not too giving. So you shouldn't feel like you're overextending yourself. You should feel like there's some give back, like you're getting something out of the deal, not like you're, doing the most just to attain something that's not loyal to you, or not beneficial towards the long run of like your stability. And I'm hearing like a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. The option you choose will not be a waste of time. Oh, there's a need to like accept help though. You need to be aware of calling on Holy Spirit. 6 of Wands. Allow for your own darkness. Definitely hearing like self-diagnosis. So you could be like analyzing yourself and who you are and your being with the Sun and Mercury. And it's making you have like emotional outbursts and feeling highly sensitive and insecure within yourself. You need to release those burdens and be open to cutting your losses, because it's all gonna lead towards your success if you put yourself out there creatively, to the point where you're putting your work out there, you're putting yourself out there, you're expressing yourself confidently. You will be honored and celebrated. This is a victory. This is success. When you unburden yourself, drop the baggage, anything that's weighing you down, write it down, and definitely tear it up. Delegate. I'm hearing delegate responsibility of others back onto them, because there's been this sense of delay, which is what's making you like be moody and staying like in solitude, or when you need to be on your throne. you still going within and searching for something that's good, honest work, and that's not a waste of time. So you just been resting and trying to recuperate, gather your thoughts. Okay, so what do you need to be more? It's definitely something with communication. What do you need to communicate? What do you need to communicate? Because I'm feeling like there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot going on in your mind. You're worried about what others are gonna think. Maybe you're worried about missing your train, because let's not ignore that the train has gone by at least more than 3-4 times that I'm aware of. Can y'all couldn't even see the cards the whole time. And then y'all almost 30 minutes. In the bottom of the deck, when I stopped, it was the devil. Okay. Interesting. Let me put those up there. God forbid the camera's ever out of shot. Oh, I didn't even flip these to see, like, what's the juxtaposition. I'm still gonna show you the tarot cards. I'm just like literally all over the place. So you could feel like there's no right way, there's no good order. I'm just too sloppy, too messy, can't do it right. Just do it. Cause that's literally how I'm feeling right now. No rhyme or reason, just like, oh. Is your shit really together though? Okay. We can see. We can see, we can see, we can see. So, man. Maybe with this option, you're afraid that it's going to be one that you have no control in, something you'll feel bound to, contract you didn't need to sign and you can't get out of, and it's going to take a lot of hard work in order to overcome these obstacles, of course, especially in the mind, because you could be like overindulging in sex or substances or work. It's like the busy like energy, or just you could be giving your time towards people who you feel like you need to gain validation from. Maybe you need to gain validation from outside resources and not from, like, I'm here, I have nothing to prove and only one to please. So who do you think that one to please is? Definitely it's God. And no one else. God should be first. I'm hearing, I want spirit to guide me through my life, not the pleasures of life to like, yeah, the devil. I don't want the devil to guide me through simple, fast pleasures. Maybe you want something more deeper, substantial than that. Still something that's probably like hidden within you, like a mystery. So there's something like with the mysteries of life, something with not getting a full story. What do you need to be aware of with this 7 of Cups that came out? You have many options. You could be confused, feeling like you need to persevere and hold on with this, the 9 of Cups. Whoa, 9 of Wands. So there is a chance of you being able to gain all that you want, no matter if this is like a tough, sticky position. Whoa, I cannot talk. No matter. Dang, I cannot talk. I swear if I trip up on my words one more time. Sticky position. What the fuck? Oh, this was underneath it. In case you want to know, I swear I did not see that. And then, like, distraction again. Sorry if I did that too loud in your ear, but I'm like literally disgusted right now. I'm like literally uncomfortable. It's like it's gonna make you uncomfortable just how raw you are, like how good you are at what you do. Okay. Like, it doesn't have to be like, I'm just saying, stand your guard, persevere, and expect good things, because you can have all your hopes and wishes and dreams. You don't have to like pick. You don't have to pick. Just like worry about doing day to day and let things be like, let them kill themselves. Let it destruct. Let things destruct on itself. You gotta let things like break down in order to gain this new change and resolution, but it's being called for you. It's being called. You're being called. Okay? You're being called in your day-to-day to just do what it do. I don't know why I keep on saying that. You know what that means. You know exactly what it do. Do what you've been doing. Trying to, basically being able to feel confident enough to make decisions, effective choices in your day-to-day. Balancing the opposing forces in your life. So like work, school, social life, rest, hygiene, all kinds of shit. Balancing, getting your shit together, but also alleviating stress, releasing your burdens with the Ten of Wands. Meditating, definitely processing things from the past and like overcoming obstacles from the past and knowing that you're on the right side up. You're not like the greedy, selfish one. You've learned your lessons. You're not the one like overstepping bounds here. You're respecting other people's boundaries. You're cutting your losses with people who overstepped yours, knowing when things are a dead end. Okay, hope that resonated with you, pal number 1. Just know that it's okay to ask for help and to be open to receiving good things, and that you will not be stuck or stagnant or feeling like blocked emotionally. You'll be able to connect with your intuition and be able to receive the signs and feeling more optimistic if you just unload yourself from burdens and put yourself out there when it comes to vocalizing yourself. Like, you'll have a career that would be good for you, fun, something pleasurable, something with your creations. You gotta be dramatic and also realize that you need to talk about relationships and your career, and that being your service to others. Okay, bye. Hope that resonated. I'm gonna just cleanse this energy right quick. I felt like they were being like a little too, if y'all still around, I feel like y'all was being a little too serious and like on edge and irritable every time there was distraction or things didn't go your way. I do feel like I don't know why I couldn't. It's definitely something you need to communicate. When you communicate something to the mass, dang, because I was like slipping up in my words. Okay. Yeah, cigarettes came up twice. If y'all still around, look what was at the bottom of the deck of the music tarot. Oracle. Both with cigarettes came out. I'm sure they both are British, or there's an American flag underneath him. So could be either or. Either way. Whoa, destiny for sure. Whoa, definitely. Pile number 1 was a big call of destiny. I'm sure it's gonna run into pile number 2 too, but I'm not even gonna jinx it. I should keep track of the time. Okay, I just need a pen. The wrong one. So the one pen I would not want. Okay. I just need to keep track of the time. So pile number. Those who chose pile number 2. This was like 37:02, I think. Timestamp. Those who picked this crystal, I'm gonna start with you and pull some karma cards. I already cleansed all my decks. We're gonna see what you need to be aware about. Just gonna keep it open, general. Okay. What does pile number 2 need to be aware about? Hope everyone's doing well. Ooh. 12th house, things that are hitting. Okay, so I guess there's a thing with like communication with me. I'm like not able to, so bear with me. Pile number 2. Okay. Seeking oneness with all that there is, philanthropy, and keeping your involvement hidden, your faith, hidden tendencies, large institutions, and overwhelming events. With the North Node, destiny, have faith. You need to have faith in things beyond like you seeing. Time to not worry, alleviate any stress or anxiety that's weighing you down. And if you've been thinking about whether it's time to do something that you've been thinking about, you've been putting it off, it's saying that now is time. It's going to help you towards your future. There's going to be a lot of success and benefit from it. And it's for certain. So something you need, you need to have faith. Annoying zone. I wonder how long this whole communication thing is gonna go. I need like blue crystal. Okay. Something with your day-to-day work probably. What do you need to be aware about? So this is calling you to be more forgiving, merciless. Whoa, merciless. I was gonna say mercy. Have mercy. Oh, opposite of North Node. Never. Mercy on yourself. You need to. I'm hearing like check your South Node and North Node, and definitely really ground yourself. Whoa. With the 9th house, as if all there came from, as if it or they came from all there is. seeking oneness with all there is. So there's a feel of like, we're all in this together, all we know. You know, your values, your wisdom, your strength, your integrity. I'm hearing honesty, trustworthy, diligent, capable, determination, day-to-day. So yeah, like your day-to-day work, something you need to be disciplined about, something you need to show some like practical ways moving forward. And then also growth and expansion, elevating, could be traveling somewhere, something that's like been a long time coming. The philosophies and laws involved. So it's a call to faith. Like, what do you believe in? What are you stepping out on? Maybe you need to come at something in a different way. Because it says do it in a big way. What is to be shared? Maybe you need to share something to the world. It's something you've been thinking about for a long time. Definitely with like the 9th house being spiritual values and the 12th house being like, to me, with like the angels ushering in you doing that healing work from any trauma or grief. Like how you're going about that realistically. Like, there's a call for you to share how you're going about that. Well, if I could share about how I'm going about that, like healing the trauma, forgiveness, and grief, I'm letting my chill. I'm letting myself chill. I'm letting myself definitely be merciful to these motherfuckers. Not to be, I could be like very belligerent, very confrontational, but that's going against my heart, you know. What I know is to be right, my values, my ethics. Definitely going off like, this is why I do things I do. This is what I believe. This is what I want. This is the outcome. I don't know. I normally just take myself away from the BS until it just dies out, you know? It's normally intimidating. Keeping things hidden and secret. It's calling for you to be more stealth-like. No. Definitely a lot of protection. I do feel a lot of protection, especially when it comes to like meditation and prayer, sussing through deep and intense emotions. Definitely all things taboo. And that makes others uncomfortable. Talking about things that makes others uncomfortable. So I'm just here and get out with it. It's like, if you're like me and likes attract like, and you're at this channel, you're one of those people who just want to get things over with. See, with the 8th house, Pluto and Scorpio. Look, it's gonna be, when you put yourself out there, you're only gonna attract a select few. I'm hearing, how are you gonna hate outside a club when you can't get in? Only a select few. So it's gonna fly by people's head, like some of the things that you have to say and do. It's gonna rock people's boat. It's gonna make them wanna test you, try you, tempt you, and you're gonna have to stand your ground and why you believe in the things you do, why you do things a certain way that you do, and why you keep your involvement hidden. Because you're planning something big. You're stewing up something that's actually, like, I'm hearing revolution, so it's revolutionary, I guess you could say. need for control of, an obsession with, a power struggle. Resurrect, get to the heart of, and do or die you must. So this is like this is like very important. This is like, there's this dramatic flair of like the importance of this that it has to be ingrained into you right now. You need to understand how important this is. You need to be aware of something very important, okay? This is gonna affect things that are bigger than you. I'm hearing spiritual warfare. I know there's war going on Earth, but there's like, imagine war on Earth 80 million times worse in the spiritual realm. More intense, more ruthless, more scary. And not to like belittle what's going on Earth, because it's very real. It is very sad, and it really, it does matter, because this is entertainment purposes. But if you want to be more aware about how to overcome things from the past, with the fourth house being at the bottom when I pulled the Pluto, you need to definitely suss through mistakes from the past, forgiving yourself, and going through that metamorphosis within yourself, because it's a need for you to get to the heart of, I don't know, you need to get to the heart of and accept and keep the hope alive for what you want. You need to get to the heart. Okay, so you need to get to the heart of attitudes from the past about like philanthropy, and get to the heart of like attitudes from the past about, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just close this off with one more. Look, 8th house. As a life or death issue. Whoa. And then like the 6th house came out. So the 6th house is definitely like serving, like I did say before, serving for others, getting it out to the world. The 9th house, you could have very healing property nature. You could be a Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, or Scorpio, clearly. But there's definitely, in like your big 3. Whoa. I just pulled a random one, and it was this, because I'm kind of, whoa. I was gonna say Kaim. Someone named could be Kai, or using cumin pepper. Wait, it's not pepper. Powder? Cumin powder. And then Aries at the bottom, so it's a need to like, yeah, with honesty and strength and integrity, and going after, doing the action, being steadfast, your willpower, you being in that leadership role. So you maybe feeling called to, if you couldn't pick, you know, I definitely felt this in the pile before. In pile number 1. But this is like bringing something, reviving something within you, or going through this dark night of the soul to help other people through their dark night of the souls. And this is something that is like, basically it's doing the work. When people be like, what is doing the work? It's definitely being open to gain more knowledge about yourself, being on the path of self, and through the shadow qualities where we wouldn't feel comfortable talking about with people. It's the taboo subjects that are too sensitive that you can only keep hidden and probably only your closest family knows. And it seems like to be mostly like issues that you're overcoming from the past with family. So you need to like rework your whole, like the whole, your learned behavior, learned beliefs, knowing how to suss apart and knowing which ones are yours and which ones no longer serve you, revamping yourself, a lot of inner work of like reevaluating, processing, analyzing, nicking things down apart. I'm hearing like you can process things fast to the point where like I'm hearing like speeder. People could always have you on speed dial, wanting to hear what you have to say, or like you're always their one go-to to talk to about serious, like deep, like serious topics. Or you're the one to always talk about deep, serious topics that are kind of like uncomfortable to speak about and probably stress-inducing, or, you know, like heavy topics that aren't easy to maneuver around and discuss. I feel like you are being called to be in a leadership role to discuss those, resurrect leadership, seeking oneness with all there is. You may not be in a leadership role right now, so you're like, you're gonna have to like make that work out for you, you know, with your willpower. Get to the heart of creativeness, of philanthropy, philosophy. You could be a philosophy major. You could be just very into psychology or sociology or like counseling services for like families, like you could be just very earthy, a healing presence to people, especially who've gone through trauma and strife, hard times, and you're down bad on my luck. So you've been in that position. You've had that experience. You've overcame. You saw. You conquered, and it's saying like, do or die. You must do what you want to and do it in a big way and use other people's resources and do it a little at a time. So, and you gotta keep your involvement hidden. So don't be telling people all about the ins and outs of what you're doing. Like, people would try to make your hopes and your wishes die, I'm hearing, by yeah, you won't necessarily have people to like egg you on. Or maybe it depends what the service, it depends what you do for a service job, whether you're a nurse, doctor, or a Reiki healer, or therapist, or like mentor of the sort, or someone who creates things with their hands that's from the earth, that has healing properties that can be helpful to other people. So it's called for you to think creatively, and like, this is very important for you to get it out there. And even if you feel like you don't have the things necessary to put you in that position of power, you can always like use other people's resources for help, and baby steps basically. But it's all about thinking about like, how can you come about this in a creative way of serving others to the point where it can reach the masses. And even if it's not a substantial group of people, you still have a significant impact, because this is do or die. Like, you can change someone's life with this, like, or change your own life. Both. Heck. Change your life and change others. Like, this is very revolutionary with Pluto coming out in 8th house, and I definitely saw, yeah, there's a thing with like being anxious about success and like the work that needs to be done to go towards success. But like I said, do it a little at a time. Jimi Hendrix is where you are presently. With Miriam Makeba. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, like, when times are broken, it's our job to mend them. So your attitude is basically, you're the fixer. You get in the thick of things. Like, I'm thinking of like a lotus flower, where something beautiful came out of something so murky and like messy. So you could be someone who helps people overcome like times of oppression. I don't know why I had to like really get that out. Oh my gosh, Tina Turner at the bottom of that. And it's like all these black women. Grace Jones, you could be a black woman. Beyonce, John Coltrane, and then it's like Shakira. But my point is, like, you definitely could be a person of color, and you've overcame a lot of strife, hard times, people putting you down to the ground. You make your joy makes fools out of oppressors. So you still having a smile on your face, you behaving gracefully, elegant, and I'm hearing like you're an eye catcher for sure. In the age of liars, the truth is dynamite. So I'm hearing you need to be more aware about, it's your time to come forth with your truth and how you've overcome times of where you've been put in positions where you need to show forgiveness, or forgiveness need to be spared upon you, where this needs to be something that you are putting in, at least a lot of spiritual energy. You need to put a lot of spiritual energy into this, especially as like a full-time job with the sixth house. I'm gonna read the Jimi Hendrix card. I'm just like all over the place, which is definitely cool. You may be feeling like you're definitely all over the place with how you do things. There's no like rhyme or reason, just being called to just jump out there in this leadership role. You may not be in a leadership role, like I said, yet, but it's a call for you to be stepping into that self-confidence to be able to create like that personal power within you. Definitely a need for control of self-confidence to create your faith, your spiritual values, your personal power, your service to others. Yeah, you need to take life by the reins with the Aries, and remember that you may be anxious, but definitely there's a call to keep the faith with the 12th house. An obsession with taking a chance on long-range thinking. So you've been thinking about this for a while. Taking a chance on hidden tendencies. You've been keeping it to yourself. All bottled within. An obsession with taking a chance on the mysteries of life. So maybe things that are taboo and esoteric and very like occult, so things that are hidden. So you could be a tarot reader, or a Reiki healer, or an oracle reader, or you could just be highly intuitive, just pick up intuitive messages through like waxes or rose petals, or you just are very divinely protected, because with the two doves and then the sunset on the horizons, even though things are murky, there's still beauty here. Yeah, you could be into things that are with a voodoo child. I'm just noticing that it says voodoo child, but the two doves of like representing peace and overall freedom and help arriving. So only losers stay in tune. So your attitude is you're kind of above it all. You're staying in your lane. For anyone to be like really like lurking in on like what you're doing that's so hidden and so deep and like esoteric, is gonna actually be of help to them, even though you're going about things in a way that's like probably would make a few people gasp or make a few people judge. You're kind of like not caring because you're already building a legacy for yourself. This is help steering you towards your destiny, and even if it doesn't last as long as you like expect or can predict, at least you took a chance on yourself. And with the train coming by, it's confirmation of what I'm saying to be highly true. If you live in a room full of mirrors, all you will see is yourself. So yeah, again, with the whole lifestyle of focusing on yourself, actually to this point of like, it's all about me. I don't give a F what you talking about. Like, you are above like trying to be all in like, what are they doing? Where are they going to? What have they done? How do they do it? You're trying to do it your own way and going about things your own way. And appreciating the beauty that is you, because you're unique. You're individualistic to yourself. There's also like a call that like, speak your truth. The words you say and like the instruments you use that you speak through, like with these being like this purple magenta color, I feel like your throat chakra was being blocked by Holy Spirit, because they were keeping your voice hidden. They were protecting you. They wanted you, I'm hearing divine timing, speaking your time at the right time, speaking your truth at the right time. Technology is a tool, but it will never set you free. So knowing that like the validation from others won't set you free. There is not success in the fame and the notoriety and the recognition and that leadership role of you putting yourself out there and taking a chance on the things that you create, the things you put effort towards, the things that you enjoy doing on your day-to-day. So it's an effective tool, but the only thing that'll set you free is yourself, not the tool itself. It's only the instrument in which you express yourself with. But I was thinking, but like I kind of like left the thought from me. I was thinking before, like when someone was saying like, oh, I'm so stressed, I have to stay late at work and get this job done, and basically being told like, if you died, what will happen to your position? It'll just be filled by another person. So it's like, is it really worth it the energy or giving into something. So you could be going through something where you don't feel like it's worth it out of your time, your energy, your effort, and you're being called to do something that you've been thinking about for a long time. That's really been something that's been a slow process between you and spirit. It's been a slow process. So I'm like, let's look at his style. Look at her style. There's a call for you to ground yourself in trust. And that the vessel that you're using to get that message out there and how you're expressing yourself, the method in which you're using it, it's not the thing you should be like worshiping. You should like show all the thanks and gratitude towards spirit, the divine. I spent a long time on that. That was deep. So clearly that was really important. The hell? What else? What should pile number 2 be aware of? I think how you express yourself would be accepted well. And you'll have like a lasting impact because people seek healing, like eventually, and people are like at the bottom and they're looking for resources to help them feel seen and heard and validated. They could come across yours and your work actually be helpful for them. Like I'm hearing you'll be on people's walls, like your photos. Cause my father has like a whole picture of Jimi Hendrix. So I brought up my father, so maybe this is straying on like traditional values of what your parents would expect of you to do, or you feel like you have to keep this hidden from your parents, or you feel like because that photo that is of Jimi Hendrix is currently in the garage because his girlfriend doesn't want it hanging up in the house. There's no place for it in the house. All the 5 years that he lived with her, it's always been in the garage. So maybe you feel like you'll just be on a back burner always, and it's like you're like an eyesore or something, or like no one will listen to you, or you're not accepted by everyone. There's a need that you're thinking old patterns and ways, and you need to work more on something that you've been starting, pursuing, you've been putting effort into something. There's a need for you to follow through, change your mind, I'm hearing. Regain a sense of confidence, creativity, ground yourself to be able to work more on this idea. Because you're being called to work in this group. And it feels like you're really just going off on your own. Working hard towards like a study, a course, or something that you just started on. Ace of Cups in reverse. So you could be feeling emotionally drained and just not up for it. You could just be feeling like it's a lot of work for you to keep a smile on your face because you've overcome a lot of strife and hard times of just you constantly pouring your cup into other empty cups until your cup is eventually empty and barren. So yeah, there's definitely consequences for fucking with whoa, told myself I wasn't gonna curse. There's definitely consequences for messing with pile number 2. Okay, yeah, to the point where you feel like the things that you've done, like the effect of those actions that you've done only left you with not much to give towards. Yeah, with him just being sad and the Knight of Swords and you just feel like someone did you dirty and they about to get theirs. So what you need to be more aware about, not in a way of like they're not gonna get what's coming to them, but it's like they're trying to make you feel stuck and stagnant and like not knowing which way to go. It could be a stalemate you're at right now where you need to make a choice that's gonna have a great impact on your life. There will be a power struggle resulting from the impressiveness of what is to be shared. Did I not say that in the beginning? A major change. There will be a power struggle resulting from the impressiveness of a major change in your work. So your work is impressive. The heck, no matter how many times people try to make you feel like you're dumb for doing this or putting this out there, it's not going to be accepted by just everyone. Not everyone's going to want to see you or hear what you got to say. Not everyone is aware about you or appreciates your creativity and what you put out there. No, that's true. Take a chance on what you want to put out there. Muster up that courage. Definitely, you need to be more about loving yourself, focusing yourself more with the Jimi Hendrix and all the mirrors, and all you're seeing is you, being all about you. Don't worry about what other people think. Let the power struggle be between them. Release your burdens. Release the baggage of the past. With things that someone could choose between you and another person, whether it comes from like a business deal or relationship or just overall of like any relational. So someone could choose between you and another option. It's time to choose yourself and realizing like where your boundaries lie. What are you willing to put up with? What are you willing to accept from other people? Like, do you feel like this connection would be celebrated and accepted by your loved ones? If not, ew, don't give a fuck what y'all think anyway. If you love someone, definitely just be with them. Not because of what anyone else's like opinion is of the relationship, or if they validate you on how you feel or not, and whatever the fuck make you feel like you're not prioritized. Because Ace of Coins to me is priorities and having something that's to treasure. So he looks bitter and upset. It's a big sunny day and nice green grass. Nothing really much to show for it, and he seems upset about it. But it's still something to guard and protect, because this is something substantial. Only if you make a choice out of it, which seems to be an issue here, because there's fear here and anxiety, something that's delusional to someone. You may be feeling watched by Cancer sign, someone who is annoying, someone who is weird, strange, freaky. I'm literally like peeking through the crevices of like my window, and I hate seeing people at this train station. is actually kind of like annoying. I wish like, oh, my windows can be down and I can see nice beautiful skyscrapers. It's kind of like you feel like you have to be high up on your Eiffel Tower and only allow a certain select few people to come up and actually be in your shit. Not even letting people in your house. Because you're suspicious, you're paranoid. There's things that are deceptive. You're not getting the full picture, and it's causing you to have that fear response. Trying to play it cool all you want, but all you're gonna be doing is watching and talking about it. There's a need to make a choice. Maybe you speak your truth, analyze, gain more information. Trying to suss through the smoke and the fog. Because you seem disinterested in whatever is trying to phase you, whatever is trying to confound you. You seem disinterested. You wanting this new beginning. You need to protect your ideas, definitely. Protect anything you're trying to bring into the physical. Guard it. Like I said, focusing on yourself. And trying to, again, ground yourself, because can you even see these cards? That's annoying as hell. With the Hangman being in reverse. You still need to work on this thing in the physical. There's a thing of like keeping your involvement hidden because someone's trying to infiltrate what you're doing, trying to gain some information on you. Someone's watching you. There's a need for you to ground yourself, definitely, so you can be able to receive your intuitive messages. So maybe keeping like old, like earthy colored rocks around you, setting that intention of grounding. I'm grounding myself. I'm safe. I'm protected. Like, my ideas are safe. And my energy is protected. Your energy, it being important here, an important factor, because that's something that is making you stay in that anxiety-induced stagnation. Is bogging down your mind. Now you feel like you have to be more logical and analytical. I'm hearing logic and intuition go kind of hand in hand with that whole, how can you decode and process and analyze and communicate your intellectual like input when you're getting spiritually, your spiritual downloads. How can you articulate it when you're being blocked? So I'm hearing like definitely focus on self. I'm hearing stealth. Moving stealthily throughout like your day-to-day, because people would want to try you because you are a powerful force. Pile number 2. It's a need for you to heal yourself, like emotionally and like mentally. Like, I'm hearing ain't no mountain high enough. So any obstacle that you perceive is, I'm hearing like an illusion, because with the 2 of Swords is someone blindfold, so you can't really see clearly. You have to make an intuitive an intuitive choice from the heart, your heart center. So you have to ground yourself in order to make something, in order to like have the strength. You overcame a lot, okay? I can feel it. And it's making you want to just stay secluded, withdrawn, and not taking a chance on something you've been thinking about and stewing on. And working on, you've been putting the effort in physically, so you can bring it into the physical. It's blessed. Spirit is like helping you here, ushering in this thing in the physical. So Holy Spirit is like giving you the go ahead. This is a call for you to definitely heal this sense of betrayal, loss, grief. If someone like rejected you, or you felt like you weren't open to receiving someone's offer because of how it would look, maybe it go against your traditional values and how you were brought up, like your norms, so you shied away from it and fear what other people think. Now it's time for you to analyze that. Why did you do that? You have mastery over your mind, so it's time to like master this confusion, because you're not confused, you're just sad, I think, and you're trying to hide it all within work. Okay, I think I'm done with pile number 2. Yeah, y'all went a little too long. That was definitely a deep message. Let me know if it resonated. I'm gonna cleanse these decks, and if you stay around, you're just gonna hear me just lollygagging, basically. Do a bunch of this. Definitely need to release. Oh, so it's gonna be return, Laverne. If you know where that's from, you're definitely like, you cool with me. You're definitely cool with me. Definitely a friend of mine. Cause shout out to Cockfrost, if you even know who that is. I'm genuinely impressed, because if I attract people who watch her, I'm like, I ain't mad at it. Oh no, I put this the wrong way. There's a certain way I do it. A certain way. So I think this is pile number 3. Those who chose this crystal. I'm gonna, I think it was 1, 2, 23, 27, I think. Just taking a timestamp, y'all. Already cleansed the deck. I'm just gonna ask Spirit today, what should you be aware of currently? Gonna leave it very open and general. What should my pile number 3s be aware about, Holy Spirit? Aquarius came out. So, genius to experiment with. The discoveries of resulting from the intrinsity of the eccentricity. Okay. Your vision, what's new and different about using an unconventional way, and so it's called to like reframe, okay? Discover being unique, honing your vision, and also this being like a fun time for you. So with your creations, art, moon, so romance could be a play here. Something from the past, bringing it into the future, your feelings. accept an unexpected change from reacting to something. So you're going to be in a receptive mode. Right? Give me a house. Nice. With bottom of the deck being Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus and Mars. Fifth house. Oh, I was just thinking with like your creations, fun, power of love. So defend your vision with the trust of a child. Accept what is new and different about fun, romance, and making art. Let your feelings tell you how to use an unconventional way and do it dramatically. So it's a call for you to be you, do it how only you can do it. Also, like however you view like the outcome and whatever situation you're thinking about right now, coming to this video needing clarity on, you need to stand your guard with your vision, especially in your creations. So whatever you're creating right now that is very intuitive to you, something you're probably making with your hands that's probably with earthy materials, or something that you have to vocalize and put out there, express yourself. You need to ground yourself and let your feelings tell you how to go about it. Because you could be working on this in your day-to-day. With Capricorn, you have to be very diligent and disciplined, hardworking. But the hard work, it should be fun. It should be in a way not everyone is doing it, you know? Because it's you. It's new. Maybe you've been going about things the same way the whole time. Maybe you need to loosen up a little bit. Have fun with it. Maybe you've like taken your creations as like a burden, like it's too much of a stickler of a chore. So maybe you have to loosen up, find some ways to revive it and make it fun and new again. Thinking about it in a new way. Maybe you realize you don't have to you don't have to go about it and do it like everyone else. You can do it in a way you want to do it and how you do it. The nurturing a genius to experiment with the power of love. Or you're being called to put yourself out there in the love field. So your feelings are going to be stirred up a lot. You're going to feel a lot of things when you discover the changes that will happen when you put yourself out there and have fun. It's going to be easy. It's going to be like, I'm hearing effortless, like waterfall. So you're not going to like overextend yourself. You're not going to be the one more interested or not that interested. It's going to be like a healthy balance. Two-way flow abundance. You're gonna get as much as you give in this situation. So you're gonna feel like you're getting something out of the deal. You're never gonna feel like you're in this lack of like I'm empty and depleted after what I just did. It's a call for you to save money, work on your finances, and also count your blessings, see what's to be grateful for. I'm hearing with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Save up your money. You could be spending a lot. It could be on responsibilities, but at the end of the day, you still have things to give towards. So something you have to give towards. I don't know. definitely a lot of like interruptions. You could be like dissatisfied or apathetic, bored with where you currently are. Could be a lot of distractions, a lot of things that you feel like you have to keep to yourself. You feel like you need to get away from like anything that's trying to bind you. Definitely seeing things clearly. You need to be aware that you're overcoming a dark night of the soul. And it seems like the obstacles that are trying to weigh you down, feels like you're overcoming them with maybe there's a need to share your ideas and not guard your thoughts anymore, to give towards that, your creations. You don't need to protect what you already have anymore. It's like it's been well protected and you're stable, you're safe, you're secure. You shouldn't feel like you're bound to something that's like imprisoning you, or your thoughts aren't imprisoning you. You don't have lack mindset anymore. You don't feel like you're a victim of your circumstance. You definitely feel like you can overcome anything that tries to steer you off your path. I'm hearing the days of confusion are behind you. You'll gain a lot of intense emotional reactions with the eccentricity of your creations. So no one can do you like quite like, how am I trying to say it? No one can like do what you do quite like how you do it with the Six of Wands. When you just take that chance and say something, putting your creations out there, whether you're a writer or a poet, that's the same things. So you could be a writer, whether you're like a designer or whether you're just a musician, or I'm just saying like with the power of love, this is something that you're using your feelings to create. You're using that like the fiery emotions, passion, desire. You're using like feelings, not so much as like with like because Six of Wands stand for creativity, entrepreneurship. Maybe you're making your own business, putting yourself out there, establishing yourself as your own individual for all to see and judge and applaud and all that. So definitely, I don't mean to say judge isn't like, look at her, she not even all that. Like, not like that. More like, you know, with the reactions. To be perceived, accepted, and responded to in a way where other people can relate to you. And to where people can watch you and feel that sense of connectedness to your work. And it leaving that impact on them. To where if you invest in yourself and it turns out to be good, you're celebrated, you have victory and success, there's stability here, there's harmony, there's like, there's you feeling like you're accepted and celebrated because you did what you had to do with the resources you had at that time. So you feel lucky, or you should be. When you put yourself out, when you put yourself out there, you will feel successful, and you will feel like your work reached someone and it helped them, or they appreciated it and they liked it, so it's worth it doing it and giving it another go, and not keeping your thoughts and your creations to yourself and guarding them. Whoa, death. Oh, there's gonna be that's bothering me. There's gonna be some change here with death. You're really evolving within yourself. Definitely with your perception, you're letting old things die so that your foundation can be strong. You can be the strong pillar in your community. You can be that person who's celebrated for your achievements and putting your work out there. You're definitely reaping harvest in a new beginning, letting old things from the past die so that you can usher forth this new beginning. And it may be a shock to you how well you're perceived, but you have to let this old paradigm shift of like how you thought of things, you know, when you did that dark night of the soul with the 8 of Swords reverse. You see through that. You gain the wisdom and the psychic knowledge, the insights. You got the resources necessary in order for you to restore what was lost. I literally didn't know what I just said. Like, I'm like, what did she just say? I'm like, I can't say that again, what I just said. I don't know what I said. So there's a need for you to ground your truth and speak it. Because with a Tower, isn't that Aries energy? So your willpower to embrace change and to really be unapologetic about it. Like, really be unapologetic about you bursting yourself out there, your new self. And it's gonna be this new beginning for you. You basically overcame a lot of like major conflicts, I'm hearing, because like, wasn't he like left on Mars and he had to like do a lot of survival techniques and have to make do with what he had? So you have all the resources you can possibly need. You need to recognize when Spirit is offering you an opportunity, when things in your environment and your surroundings, they're not going as planned, like your environment isn't showing the things that you necessarily like, you think you need more. You think there must be more than this provincial life. Things are all doom and gloom to you. So you have to like shift your perception and being open to put yourself out there in that group. Be in that meditative state of realizing you're a master manifestor, and you can create the life of your dreams. You just have to perk up, cheer up your attitude, and not be very like, I'm imagining like a student just being very bored and apathetic and like basically falling asleep at their desk. Like, it's just not much stirring, like much life and like excitement in you, and you need to keep that fire. Even though you've been withholding a lot, you need to keep that passion alive for your creations. And you have a lot of options still none of the options really left you. Like, you didn't like waste any time being in this meditative state of needing to think things through. You didn't waste any time during this time of like you protecting your thoughts and you going through this dark night of the soul. You didn't waste any time. You were still like giving and serving. I'm hearing tithe. So you were still like giving towards like the right causes, if you know what I mean. By like, you were still creating. You were still coming up with this vision you have for yourself and your future. What do you want to, where do you see yourself? How do you view success? And like, what do you truly value in life? Is it for the money? But is it for like the overall satisfaction, the feel of it, of like, I love my life, I value my job, I look forward to going there every day, I look forward to getting up every day and really putting in that work, that grind, that hustle, because it doesn't really feel like strenuous work to me. With a Capricorn being at the bottom of the deck, it's something that you have like this receptive energy and this beauty and harmony to you, where you embrace change, and change easily flows to you, and it's for your highest good, and it's gonna be for your enjoyment, something you can cherish, something that can be cherished by, you know, I'm hearing it's bigger than us. So like the spiritual realm, like you praying and being in that meditative state is definitely you're cherished by spirit, by God. And the more you pray and meditate on it, but also being aware that beyond any confusion, you still have choices. Just keep holding on, and you're going to be closing out a lot of major cycles. What you need to be aware of, you could be traveling somewhere or just being on the movement, on a go. It could be like short travel. But either way, you're going to be having a lot of fun from any investment, anything you take a chance on and gamble on, especially when it comes to your creativity and putting your creations out there. There's going to be success from that. And you're going to go through a change within yourself, overcoming some sort of like fear or some kind of like power struggle. By you being dedicated to achieve, you're able to meet your goals day to day and do it in a very business-like way. So you're having fun, but there's no other choice but like to be taken serious, because you're like showing up here successful. Need to share your thoughts, need to come out of like feeling tied down. You can see clear now. And I'm gonna pull a musical oracle to see how you're showing up as. Maybe. Too many stuff had my attention, but Madonna, Amy Winehouse, and Kate Bush. So if one of them want to come out again, it'll definitely be great confirmation. What is pile number 3 showing up as, Holy Spirit? What do I need to be aware about? I'm taking this because it seems to be a call for you to be confident and that happy, preppy attitude. Oh my gosh. Don't fool around with something you cherish. Did I not say the word cherish? And I don't use that word very often. So your attitude is you're not really playing around with the things you value in life. Taking time to really discern what you cherish. And your attitude is you're really honing that. You're honing that in on that being like grateful, not really wanting much for anything, having all the resources you need, and not taking anything for granted. There's madness in love, but also reason in madness. So someone can, okay, so my roommates just said so at the same time as me. So you can be very in sync with the people that you love. So if anything feels out of order with, you know, the Six of Coins being the first thing that came out, you're very much in this harmonious, very like receptive, free-flowing, two-way abundance of just equality, diplomacy, and just overall like having this futuristic outlook on life. With there's also reason in madness, is that even if love makes you hysterical, there's also something you can do with that, you know. It makes the things that you do crazy. But it seems to be all serving towards your divine purpose. A selfless heart is all you need to get by. So you're definitely coming forth with a more tender, gentle approach, when before you probably were more guarded and defensive with the Seven of Wands being reversed. You're putting down those guards and being open to be received and also to receive. With Beyonce, she's the most confident person probably alive. She's like the ultimate diva queen, Queen Bee. So confidence can be the utmost powerful aphrodisiac. So when you emanate confidence in the air, it's heady to everyone. It makes everyone inspired and feel empowered themselves and their confidence. You boost other people up and get them amped up with your creations. Amped up, maybe you are a singer or rapper, or just very good with your words. Either way, whatever you create for yourself, you need to work around this whole mindset. I'm thinking of like, maybe you have imposter syndrome, or maybe you're just fearful of how you'll be received. But it seems like you will be definitely, it's like you call all the shots, and you have many assets to you. You have a lot of resources. There's a lot of things about you that make you that not everybody can do. So when you compare yourself to like big idols or someone in your field that is well known, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice by luring, like, selling yourself short. Be both everywhere and nowhere at once. So I'm hearing you're always on people's minds, but you're oblivious to it. So your creations will leave a lasting impact on people, something they can go back to. You're always creating something, and then again, which is always something, like each time you're putting stuff out there, it's gold. Each time you're being accepted with like open arms. So when someone sings from the heart, don't go tone deaf. So something about like your heart, you coming about things very selflessly, lowering your pride, not really needing the validation or your ego stroked, or like needing your head to be pumped up and gassed up, but you being that fuel for other people, so you can be able to receive fuel back, like that feedback, and it'll be incredibly rewarding and something that I feel like you'll be very receptive to, because I'm feeling like you feel alone, and with your thoughts, it seems like you took a lot of hits, a lot of blows, okay? And I feel as though with this shift in your mindset and your mindset and your perception, I feel as though when you embrace this change and you putting yourself out there, you're gonna realize you can get everything you want, and there's gonna be this offer on the horizons that is overcoming a lot of obstacles themselves in order to come towards you. Or you need to be more in this like romantic energy of when it comes to your creations, realizing the world is your oyster, the world is yours. You can have all you hope and desire, but also save your money. You can't have all you want and desire. Maybe you've put a lot towards like responsibilities, and yeah, you're still abundant. You have everything you need. Be willing to take a chance on new creative beginnings and take only what you need, and ground yourself in knowing what you need in order to, full force run ahead with confidence and charisma. I'm hearing you're charming, but you could also be cutting with your words. So because of your rocky past and what you had to heal and overcome to your rocky past, you need to be open to suss through your feelings and know how to people are gonna know how to differentiate between what's real and from the heart and what's just garbage nonsense, because I feel like I don't know where I was trying to go with that, but your creations come from the heart. Like, you could be thinking like, oh, this is gonna be like trash, this is nothing. You could be looking like back on your work that you've done so far and think like, how can I put this out there? It's not up to my satisfaction. I don't feel confident in this. You need to like reevaluate all you've overcame and learned. You can't like keep on keeping your thoughts to you can't keep like keeping your ideas to yourself with the Seven of Wands. You're coming off overly defensive, overly guarded and harsh, and like we get a year going through a lot of mental recovery. I'm hearing like mental health, like trauma recovery. You're doing a lot of like the deep work from your past to try to harmonize yourself in your life. Yeah, just go about things practically, do things in the most business-like way, but also have fun at the end of the day, and know when to rest, know when to create, know that like you literally ooze confidence. You just have to know your worth. And you have to know what you bring to the table. And you have to be tough. Know your resources, know your weapons that you have. And if you play your cards right, and if you stay in your own lane and worry about yourself, Like, nothing can really steer you wrong. I feel like you can have all your hopes, wishes, and desires, pile number 3. This is very powerful because Beyonce don't come out for everybody. You could be feeling like either you're going to be too clingy or too smothersome to someone. Or you don't feel like you have anything to give. It says here that you do. Like, you just want it to really come out. You will be celebrated. You will complete this. You will reach this milestone, even though you may not have like a lot of commas or a lot of zeros. You're literally still abundant though. Maybe you just need to realize that within yourself. Know your worth. Know what you have to bring to the table. And take like full force action. No matter what like obstacles are in your way, you need to like persevere and stick through, follow through on your desires, take control of your life. And not pay no mind to what others are doing. You will be celebrated, and anything deceptive or deceiving or manipulative will come to light. It's a need that you need to be able to feel confident and capable and make a choice when it comes to possibly choosing someone who you can see investing your time and energy with. And he's gonna be an oddball, someone that you probably don't see yourself being with, but gotta be open to receiving. I'm feeling like open to receiving. Guarding our heart at all costs, but also like keeping that gentleness, that receptivity, the femininity of, you know, creating intuition and nurturance. Well, definitely a call here, like your creations will be well received. There's some kind of like romantic offer on the way. Probably like after the time you like go through this change. It's really like you can have it all. You can have the, I'm hearing, you can have the money, the career of your dreams, the person of your dreams. You can have the lifestyle of your dreams. You can have the home of your dreams. You just have to really get within that whole perception thing of like, how do you envision that? How do you see that following through? What actions day to day are you taking towards achieving the life of your dreams? Are you taking risks, chances, gambles, all that good stuff? So like, are you overcoming trials of the past? Are you letting the past really bog your mind down of like not knowing what to do, not knowing the best way of moving forward, what actions to take, thinking things too much, overthinking, things like that. It does take a lot of confidence, a lot of courage to take the chance and do this. You're not for everyone. Okay, I hope that resonated with you, pile number 3. Please like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel called to. Definitely let me know if it resonated with you. Definitely ground yourself if you feel called to. Get a earthy earthy stone. That's, I don't know, setting the intention of feeling, you know, grounded, safe, protected, all that good things, all those good things.